In February 1943, the United States Army suffered a humiliation it was not prepared for. In the mountain passes of Tunisia, German armor smashed through inexperienced American units and sent them retreating in disorder. At Kasserine Pass, more than 6,000 Americans were killed, wounded, or captured. Nearly 200 tanks burned in the desert. For German commanders, it confirmed what they already believed. The Americans were untested amateurs. Even Field Marshal Erwin Rommel dismissed them as slow learners who would break under pressure. Rommel was wrong. He just did not know it yet. The defeat at Kasserine exposed everything that was broken: poor leadership, confused command structure, inexperienced officers, units that had never trained together fighting a veteran enemy that had conquered Europe. The shock ran all the way to Washington. Within days, General Patton was sent to North Africa with one mission: fix the army or break it trying. Patton changed everything. Discipline was enforced immediately. Helmets were mandatory. Sloppy officers were relieved. Units trained relentlessly under live fire. Commanders were told to lead from the front or step aside. Morale shifted fast. The army that had stumbled at Kasserine began to harden. The test would come sooner than anyone expected. On March 23, 1943, American forces faced the German 10th Panzer Division at Guettar. These were veterans of Rommel's Africa Corps. They expected another easy victory. Instead, they ran into prepared defenses and stubborn resistance. The 601 Tank Destroyer Battalion held their ground as German armor advanced. Sherman tanks burned. Anti-tank guns fired until barrels glowed. Sergeant John Nowak stayed at his gun, under direct fire, refusing to abandon his position. The German attack stalled. Then it broke. For the first time, American troops had stopped and defeated German armor in a head-on fight. The victory was costly but undeniable. Rommel's belief that Americans could not stand against his veterans was shattered in the Tunisian dust. Elsewhere, American infantry proved the same point. Darby's Rangers marched 12 miles through terrain German commanders believed impassable. At night, in silence, they struck from the rear and collapsed enemy positions thought to be secure. The army that fled at Kasserine was gone. Commanders like Terry Allen and Theodore Roosevelt Jr. encouraged initiative and aggression. Junior officers learned to make decisions under fire. Units learned to fight together and recover from shock. German reports began to change tone. American soldiers were no longer described as inexperienced. They were described as persistent and dangerous. Rommel himself acknowledged it. The Americans were learning fast. The transformation took 30 days. 30 brutal, unforgiving days of defeat analysis, reform, and combat. What emerged was not a perfect army, but a confident one. The lessons learned in Tunisia traveled with American soldiers to Sicily, then Italy, then Normandy. By 1944, the army that stormed the beaches of France was built on the hard failures of Kasserine Pass. Rommel had underestimated them. He would never make that mistake again. Kasserine was not the end. It was the beginning. From defeat came discipline. From chaos came competence. And from humiliation came the army that would help liberate a continent. After the devastating defeat at Kasserine Pass in February 1943, many believed the United States Army was not ready to face Germany's battle-hardened forces. In just 30 days, everything changed.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Share this video with someone who might find it useful. Comment below what you want to see in the next video.